Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin, founder of the Piano Man Approach online piano course and learningmusicisfun.com. And I appreciate you tuning in to watch. We're going to be looking at one of my money licks for piano. And a money lick, in my view, is something that's sort of a go-to maneuver that you can do in any chord, in multiple inversions, and it works in different kinds of meters and different kinds of genres and different eras of music. It's just the kind of tool that you can put down in your sort of musical toolbox and reach for, and it'll help you out in a lot of different kinds of songs that you might be playing, and can be used as part of playing a solo. Could be could just be filling a little space in between the melody. Could also be some kind of a little flourish that you're putting into the rhythm pattern that you're playing at different times, because you think it complements the melody, or if you're singing or whatever. So there's a lot of different utilities for this, and so that's what we're going to be doing here. So really quick, before we get started with this, let me just ask, if you enjoy this kind of free content like what I'm doing here, which is my free lesson Friday, or excuse me, my Friday free lessons series, and you like this kind of thing, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel and share it with people that you think might like it, and leave comments down below. Let me know what you want me to cover in the future, and if you have any questions about this one. So now that that's out of the way, and of course check my links down in the video description there. We've got cool stuff over at pianomanapproach.com for you. Some free goodies, and we'd love you to be part of our community if you'd like. Anyway, let's carry on here. So here's the lick that I'm going to be showing you today, or this is the basis of the lick. There's different kinds of variations. We'll look at some different things you can do with it, but essentially it's like this. And I'm going to explain why that's such a powerful lick, okay? It's way more than it appears. And I'm going to show you where it came from. This is how I discovered it. So my favorite song of all time is Piano Man by Billy Joel, hence the Piano Man Approach and Piano Man Steve. And my life has been a shameless, just like, it's not been a shameless ripoff. It's actually been a sort of a pathetic tribute. Not pathetic, but you know what I mean. I've been paying homage to that song and Billy Joel my entire professional career. And when I was learning the song Piano Man, he was going to, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. And I always thought that was a cool lick, and I was trying to figure out what it was. And when I finally, and then later in the song, he changes it up a little bit. He says, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. Okay. And I thought, man, that's really got a nice sound to it. And then when I saw him on live videos and such, he added another element to it, and it was like, he gets me my drinks for free. I was like, man, that's simple, but I really want to know what he's doing there. And so as I kind of worked it out, I saw the elements of what it was, and then it became this amazing go-to lick that I started using in, like, you know, a bunch of different songs in different ways. So here's what he's doing. I want you to think of this as more of a maneuver. We're going to do it in a C chord here right now just to teach you the lick. But I want you to think of this as something that you can move around, because this can work in all major chords, all minor chords, and it can work in both root inversion, which is here where the root of the chord is where your thumb is, right? C, E, G, like this. But you can do the same lick in first inversion, where your thumb is on the third, in this case E, and your index finger is on the 5, and your pinky's up here on the root. Okay, so here's what he's doing. You want to basically, wherever your hand is, you're going to be using your pinky, You're going to be using your index finger. Okay? Now, in root inversion, you're usually going to be playing the 5 of the chord, which in this case is a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to be playing the 2 of the chord. 1, 2. In this case, a D. So you play those together, and then to your middle finger on the 3. And then you come down on the thumb. Like that on the root. And I want you to think of the maneuver more than like what note you're on. It's so let me play that slow. And now for fun, what I want you to do is I want you to move up to this inversion of C. C on the top with your pinky, index finger on G, thumb on E. And we're going to do the exact same maneuver with the exact same fingers, but now we're in a different place on the keyboard. And watch how this still is, it sounds different because it's different, different scale degrees inside that chord, but listen to how it still produces an interesting lick. See? So that's the crux of what we're going to do. Now, you only need to do it in one place, but the idea is that once you have that under your hand, that can be so useful in so many ways. Really quick, let me show you how it also works on a minor chord. So you're playing this C chord here like so. Well, you simply just flat the 3rd, right? And now you execute it exactly the same way. Sounds sad, ominous, but it still works. Same thing up here. It depends on a number of factors. If the key signature in the song has this as a flat, then you play it as a flat. If it doesn't, then you play it as a natural. They both have their own unique sound, but it's the maneuver, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. And you can get your hand to the point where you're really, really comfortable making that little maneuver, and suddenly it's a very, very, very powerful little trick that you can deploy all over the keyboard. And you can do cool stuff with it where you work your way up and down the piano. So let's take on a major chord here, right? Like so. And we already learned that you can do it here. Well, that means that when you get this really under your hand, you can, as part of a solo run, you can work your way down the keyboard, for example. You could do something like this. So just kind of cool stuff. Now, let me show you a couple of places where this kind of works nicely, where it kind of works out, and then we'll look at some variations. But I want you to see how this actually works inside songs that you might have heard. So obviously there was Piano Man, as I showed you. You've got the whole... Now, in that particular one, if you want to make this fancier, you can end on that with not just the thumb, you can put your pinky back down. That's just an advanced application. I catch myself doing that even when I'm trying to teach a simpler version. It's not necessary, but it's something you can do. but it's the same basic maneuver. So we looked at Piano Man. But let's just take something kind of unrelated to that, and we're just going to throw it in as like a little riff or as a little lick somewhere to fill some space. So let's go to some country music here. Let's look at like Okie from Muskogee by Merle Haggard. And I'm proud. Well, actually, I want to do it here because I don't want to sing really high. And I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball. Down, 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 down at the courthouse, lightning in that goes through the wall. Okay, now what you might want to do in a song like this is maybe do a little bit of toggling in front of it, right? So like you take this first opening part of it, right, and you just toggle back and forth a little bit with your thumb, and then execute the whole riff. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, place where even squares can have a ball. But we still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse. White lightning still the biggest thrill of all. See how that's just nice. You can kind of just get into a rhythmic flow, but somewhere in there you're going to have the chance. So let me just play a little bit. I'm going to play it even slower than that, just so you can kind of see how I might maneuver around in there. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball. While you still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse, white lightning still the biggest thrill of all. Okay, so there's that. Let me move all the way forward into something very modern. Okay, let's look at like Taylor Swift here. She's got that song Shake It Off that's such a big deal. We're going to be in the key of D here. So she's like, you know, I stay out too late. Excuse me. And on too many dates. That's what people say. Ooh-hoo. That's what people say. Ooh-hoo. But I keep grooving. Can't stop, won't stop moving. Like I've got this music going in my bones, and it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play. So see, it's got that little spot in between there, and it's just the perfect thing to fill the space. Saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. So you're gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Then shake it off, right? And when I say shake it off, that's where we can actually add it in as part of the rhythm pattern, because it just kind of shake it off, right? So it's a great thing to just be able to have in your box to just grab at any given moment and ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Okay, let's look at something maybe from the 1980s, just to give us some perspective. Let's look at some Air Supply. Excuse me. We'll do it here. We'll do I'm all. Let me see. Let me find a key that's better for me without having to sing high today. I'm all out of love. We'll be in D. I'm so lost without you. Know you were right. Believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I know you're not. So long. did it really fast there, like a little trill. But just really fast. I'm lying alone with my head to the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. Da, 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 da. Just makes a nice little ba-da. And the same thing would be true if you were just voicing the chord up here. Lying alone with my head to the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So it's got a lot of utility in a lot of different genres, right? And what's really fun about it is that you can get into all kinds of variations. You just have to, wherever you are with it, you can do toggles back and forth with your thumb and integrate that in there. You can go back and forth between here and the 3, your middle finger. You can just kind of play it out like that. So if I'm playing a song like Let It Be by the Beatles and there's a long solo, I might utilize this lick a lot while I'm playing it, so you know you're coming out of it. Time for the solo, and I'm like, well, what am I doing there? It's just... just constantly using, like I could make the whole solo just out of variations on this little lick. In fact, I'll do that. I'm going to do the whole I'll play a whole solo and Let It Be. I'm going to improv it just on variations on this lick. Now, obviously, you don't have to only use one lick to build a solo. You don't have to be that one-dimensional. But I just wanted you to see how the rhythmic options of this as a foundation are really, really profound. And it also works in a different meter. Like if you're playing a waltz, like Tennessee waltz in 3/4 time, right? Da 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 da. All I did was you know, and it's cool because whether you're in a triplet feel or a duplet feel is like 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 1 E and see 1 E and a 2 E and a. But then when you're in a triplet feel, it's 1 2 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. So you just modify it a little bit to fit that, and in this particular, in Tennessee waltz, it's 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 1 2 3 2 2 3. It's clearly in that triplet feel. Da 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 da. she wants. Da 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 da. Da da da. So I love how this works in ballads. It works with upbeat songs, and it's just a really, really useful maneuver. And what I like more about it than anything else is that it's a maneuver, and it's not based on a particular chord or a particular, it's not like something you can only use on a major chord. It can be used pretty much anywhere as long as your hand is set up well to do it. And it can be the basis for a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, I've got sometimes when I'm playing a solo and I'll be going along where I might literally just be like. So if I were going to incorporate something like that into the Let It Be example. So it's all based on that little riff that I picked up from Billy Joel that went. So hopefully this has given you some food for thought. Depending on where you are in your piano playing, maybe all you'll be able to do at this point is to incorporate something like that. And maybe you're more advanced and this is going to click with you and you'll be able to do more interesting advanced stuff. But what I wanted to do was expose you not only to the lick, but to the different ways that it can be applied and show you how it works across a big, broad swath of genres and eras and all that kind of stuff, so that you can start deploying it into your own musical catalog. So that's what we're looking for here on our Free Lesson Fridays. We want usable material for you. So hopefully this delivered today, and I'm going to let that be enough for this lesson. If you enjoyed this, please join us every Friday. Watch my channel for the releases. We put one of these out every single Friday, and I also put out new performance content every week, and you can join my mailing list if you like over at pianomanapproach.com, where I send out notifications about this and put it in my blog as well, and there's some free stuff over there for you to check out as well. So anyway, thank you very much. Hope to see you at pianomanapproach.com if you're interested, and if not, just here at YouTube is still fun. Thank you for powering my channel, and remember my personal mantra, guys. If you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. All right, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.